Here at Christ Church, we've been on a journey to take root more deeply in Christ for the sake of others. This initiative has led to so much positive impact, not only in our church building, but in our mission efforts both around the corner and across the globe.
The way that I first learned about the Roosevelt Road Initiative was through Sharon Mariner, and she contacted me and said, you know, we'd really love for you to help with some girls that we're mentoring at Willowbrook High School.
In this context, you know, we sprinkle in some Christ Church of Oak Brook volunteers that are, you know, well-trained, know how to navigate the public school setting, and just form relationships with kids.
On Mondays, I attend the leadership program with both the guys and the girls from Willowbrook, and on Fridays, myself and a group of fabulous, wonderful, terrific volunteers are there every Friday during the girls' lunches to mentor them and do fun things with them. You know, teenagers, you know, you don't go in the first time and have a deep, meaningful conversation about life. You develop a relationship over lots of weeks, and eventually you start being able to have those meaningful conversations.
This gives the kids that are maybe disenfranchised otherwise, you know, they're not athletes, they're not club kind of kids, but they'll show up to this because they just got to walk across the lunchroom, go in our College and Career Center and just, you know, hang out there with all these super nice, caring, happy people, free food. You know, for some kids, that's all it takes to want to get up and come to school.
There's another girl who is a junior in high school who shared with us that she never has anyone to sit with. So for the last 3 years of high school, she has been sitting by herself at lunch, except when she comes in with us on Fridays. And this is a long-term commitment that we're making, and it's so important that we're there every single week because they do start depending on us and saying, okay, I'm gonna maybe hold this in today because I know tomorrow I'm going to be able to talk about this with the women who are coming.
People showing up, you know, pick a time that you can come weekly. Even if you can only come a half hour once a week, this is going to be a thing where you're kind of going to go there and expect one thing and be blown away with how God's going to show up and use you for His path and purpose for you.
The people of the Mathare Valley really represent the very best and the very worst of Africa. You walk in and the first thing you notice as you enter the community is the overwhelming smell of garbage.
You're smelling the smoke fires, you're seeing the sanitation that's been described, that we've talked about. But then you hear music, and you hear laughter, and you hear people singing, you hear children laughing. The people, although they have very little material blessing in so many ways, their heart and their faith is so strong that I was truly impacted by that.
The way I see the Mathare Valley using the resources from Take Root are fairly profound. They are investing in 2 schools, one urban, one rural. They're investing in facilities. They're investing in teacher development. They're investing in teacher retention. In addition, we're assisting a congregation on the outskirts of Nairobi to finish a church building.
The school itself had very primitive flooring. It was rooted, roots in the floor and holes and rocks, and there was no easy way of walking through it without stumbling.
One of the teachers, his name is Joseph, and he has a physical disability making walking difficult.
And he would fall and he would trip, and he said the kids would laugh at him. But because of what our church has been able to provide, they have been able to pave the school floors. They've replaced the tin rough walls.
Once the classrooms were repaired, the biggest, most significant thing that really just brought me to tears is he says, now I can enter the classroom. My dignity has been restored. And because I don't have to worry about falling over broken concrete, I now can teach the students everything that they need to learn, and they now respect me as a teacher in a way that they weren't respecting me when I was falling.
If there are people that don't feel comfortable making this long journey to a distant land and still feel that they have a heart for the missions, there are many ways to support them, obviously through prayer. And I think I've become more aware of how important that is.
Not everybody is called to go and go personally. However, I believe that once you start investing and you start reading the results of your investment, at some point you'll want to go see it.
It was truly a leap of faith, and I would hope that I could return and go again, because I left good friends there.